Jill Reed, and I'm a write-in candidate for President of the United States this November. November 6, 2012. I am Jill Reed, and I approve this message. In fact, I'm creating it right now. You know what, Americans? It's time for us to unite together. We're here from all countries, and we are together, but what we really need is protection for each individual. We need a higher standard of living. We can't make it on a minimum wage. We can't afford to have food for our families quite often because we're sending money into Washington, D.C. while they pile up the debt upon you and me. I am one of you, and I've known I'd do this since I was a young girl. In fact, it was my dream to be here for all the wonderful people throughout the United States to unite us together so that we could make all the people wealthy, including the poor, instead of just a ruling elite class that drives our standard of living down. The laws that they create drive our standard of living down because they're man-made laws, creating man-made criminals who we have to support, those good people who are doing time. Do you know someone good who's doing time because of a man-made law? Of course we do. Together we can, with a can-do attitude, end a labeling of Democrat or Republican by uniting with the TVP, the 12 Visions parties, grassroots movement, here to make all the people wealthy, including the poor, by electing me, Jill Reed, your write-in candidate, the best-kept secret through media, the best-kept secret in America, because I've been crossing the country by train for over a year, meeting hundreds per day, people just like you, that are tired of politics driving our standard of living down. Do you believe you should prosper and live happily? So do I. Do you feel the conditions exist for you to prosper and live happily? Would you support one law that would guarantee those conditions for you? It's the prime law of protection. You can learn about it on my website, tvp2012.org. How can I make you rich? How can I make you rich through politics? Because politics caused the poverty. Every law they made drove your standard of living down. So we have to just counter that. It's a cause and effect world. I do that with my 21st century. Two-pronged success approach to government. A pro-progress, pro-success governance in your life instead of an anti-progress, anti-success government. I do it by doing what you've asked for, slashing the federal budget to end this trillions of dollars of debt that we have today, and we're going into bankruptcy, folks. Just like you are at home when you don't have enough money to get by because you're stuck in their minimum wage system. We will end the spending by becoming a protection-only government. My budget will be cut in half and based upon a military on the defense for your protection, each and every one of you. I will trust then, if I cut the federal budget, that I can trust you to build business in America so we have jobs for all of us, so that we can end a ruling elite class taking advantage of each and every one of us through law to supply them a lush livelihood while we can't afford to go to the movies. I will do that for you because I want that for my own family. Together we can, with a can-do attitude. We can them. Jill Reed is your write-in candidate. Tom Kerry, my vice presidential candidate, is a decorated veteran. He knows what it was to serve his country, but he also knows how precious a life is, and our prime law guarantees the conditions for each individual in a country to prosper and live happily. Our 7 effects will get a handle on poverty because 100 million geniuses will rise to solve the economy and drive prices down so your little limited income will go further because prices will go down. Your buying power rises. Diseases will be eradicated when we merge business, medicine, science, and technology instead of having government agencies holding back the cures that you and I need. We've lost loved ones to those very agencies through laws, regulations, and rules. How else? Terrorism and crime go down in a good environment, a strong economy, and they go up when we are poor. And that's what we have in America, is poverty through politics. Unemployment will go up when we have people rising up in new businesses. Today, our youth pay to go to college, and without business, there are no jobs for anyone. The quality of life will improve, as we've spoken about. Disease, the terrorism, all those things go away because of one law, because of my budget, which is slashing it in half for you. You keep more money, folks. That's what we all need. Education today is about memorization and socially integrating. You know what? We're together. We have immigrants from all over that came here to make their lives better and have for centuries. They're still coming for that, not to live off of us. But today, through politics, they can. Through the entitlement programs. It didn't entitle anyone to anything. But we can raise your standard of living by setting free the millions of geniuses who plan to, who are just waiting for this to happen for them. We're on the edge of bankruptcy. You hear it today. Ross Perot, USA Today, says it. Years ago, 30 years ago, our founder of the 12 Visions Party, Mark Hamilton, delivered that very message. He was too young to run for president at the time Ross Perot was, but there was communication. You know what? They are two generous men who believe in America. Wealth does not make you bad. Look at Ross Perot. Today, with America, we are rising together. Jill Reed for president, your write-in candidate, America's best kept secret, tvp2012.org. You know what? We need us together to solve the problems we have today. We have over 10 states behind me right now. tvp2012.org. Jill Reed, Tom Carey, write us in. Thank you for your vote.